Greetings and welcome to a Fantasy League update here at Words About Games, where we have our Words About Games, what I call it, 2020 Battle Royale League, where the four of us have drafted some games into our fantasy team, and we are going to battle it out throughout 2020, see who's the smartest, bestest person here. That's when we'll put on the trophy, right? The smartest, bestest person here, 2020.
Oh, there's a trophy! Holy moly!
Nah,
It's a different
one
trophy.
of mine.
Oh,
there'll be a trophy. Trophies are
Oh.
cheap. You can get trophies dead cheap. I just get it engraved. And then bigger go. But it's fine. It's like 9-10 months from now. So it's all good. We've never done one of these updates videos before. But here's how I expect it to go. I wrote notes. I'm more prepared for this than I've ever been for any video I've ever done with Keith. Because I like winding him up because he doesn't like it when I'm ill-prepared. We are going to take a look at the standings. And then we're going to see where all of the points came from. Or where they went. Then we're going to go through all of the new games people have bid on and gotten hold of into their teams. Then we'll take a look through the release schedule between now and the next update video, which will be in mid-April. There's a reason for that. I'll explain when we do it. And then we'll recap the full team lists. And I think we get out of here. How's that sound to everybody?
sounds fantastic.
Fantastic. I like that. So I set a thing up like I did in Friendly Debates where now I can just click the thing. We all disappear. And the window comes up. And now everybody can see the standings. But I'll go through them anyway for anybody who's listening. In first place currently, with 20 points, is Sea of Thieves was good, actually. Truer words have never been spoken. In second place with 3 points is the Smeghead. That's Mr. Moody. In third place with 0 points currently is C and C Forever, which is Russell. And in last place with minus 11 points currently is female vocalist Rock. And that is Keith.
At least we didn't do this video right after Warcraft 3 came out because it was minus 12 initially.
Yeah, that's the thing about the review scores is like the day they come out and then like they can fluctuate for a little bit when other reviews are added. All of the scores are calculated by Open Critic averages. So every point that you get above, or every point a game gets above 70, you get a point. Every point a game gets below 70, you get minus 1 point. Let's find out where the points came from. We'll do it in the order that we drafted, because that's the order that Open Critic shows it in. I'll get our beautiful, lovely faces back on. You missed Keith just hid under his hoodie when I read his score. Moody, you got 2 games that came out. Sort of.
The one, I don't think it's calculated yet because
it's not
it
out
hasn't
until
technically released
tomorrow, but the reviews are out. One of your games definitely came out. Yours was actually the first one that came out of the year, and it was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which had an Open Critic average of 73, which got you 3 points.
Yeah, that game sucked, so it should be. I should be like where Keith is really with how bad that game was personally.
Wow. I never actually played Dragon Ball Z. I played it at EGX, and that was enough for me. And I was like, no.
It's the Superman game on N64. It's not bad.
Wow. That's a
review.
statement.
You
Yeah.
fly around like it.
I mean, I've heard that the voice dialogue, like the dialogue in it, is really bad. Like, it doesn't lip sync, and you repeat the same when you're moving around the open world, it repeats the same line over and over again from whatever character you're playing as.
Oh, yeah, we
But I
watched
didn't
that
think it
video.
was as bad as I'd fly through all these rings in Metropolis.
Well, it's not rings, it's just orb, but different color orbs: red, blue, green, yellow.
Wow. I'm very glad I decided to play a bunch of random indie games instead of Dragon Ball Z. By the sounds
Oh,
of
I
it.
didn't
But
complete the game, so it's all right. I just went, I'm out.
I'm out. That's what I did after 20 minutes at EGX last October. I'm cool. I'm out. I tried the fighting. It didn't appeal to me. I was done. The second game that's technically released, or the reviews have come out, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, which currently sits at a 70. That might change, given that reviews will probably still be coming out. So we'll skip over that one for now, but talk about it next time. I just wanted to say it because this video will come out probably on the release day of the game, and when I'm like, it's an upcoming game in the video, everyone will be like, no, it's not, it's out. And I'll be like,
Thou
shut up.
fools.
Next up, we have Sea and Sea Forever. None of your games came out, so
Nope.
that's fine. We can just move on.
But, well, actually, I got some news on about one of my games. I didn't know when I picked it. It might be a little bit delayed. Like there's no release date for it, but it's estimated. It's Kerbal Space Program 2.
We'll talk about that. There's a thing. I read a thing about it. We'll talk about it when we go through the
That's
full
fine.
lists and stuff. Because I read that news article. It's fine. You've still got a 75% chance it'll come out. But I really want to move on to talk about female vocalists rock. Keith, Warcraft 3 Reforged came out. It did
Just
not
a
go
remaster.
down well. It got an upgrade of 59, which is where you get your minus 11 from.
Yeah. I was disappointed. I can understand why a lot of people were angry, especially with the fact that when they decided to take the upgraded graphics and cinematics out, they didn't take it off the website. So they were still advertising stuff that they decided and announced in an obscure panel at BlizzCon wouldn't be in the game. So, yeah.
Should have counterpicked that.
That, to be fair, when he picked it, back in January and we all did it, that would have you would have now we would have been like genius, but at the time I'm like we would have probably been like that's crazy, you're crazy. Warcraft 3 is gonna clean up. It's an easy point.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's like
pretty sure I
an
said
upgraded
that.
version of like Warcraft 3. It's not really though.
It's the same
No.
version of Warcraft 3.
Yeah, it's the same version of Warcraft 3, but now it's got a lot of ULCs about, the Dota 2 can't happen.
Again.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was something.
and
crazy.
retconned levels. Yeah. that's
Yeah, I
something
remember you
else.
telling me about that, but I didn't know enough about the story. I was just like,
They changed several levels so that it better reflected the lore in the World of Warcraft as opposed to the original game. So it's mostly the undead campaign when it's dealing with the elves. There's like stuff like, what? Why do I feel like I'm spawning like the wrong side of the level? And then it's like, what if these two guys running around who have got no voice lines or anything? Yeah.
and moving on. Sea of Thieves was good, actually. That's me. All my points came from one game. Dreams, which had an open critic average of 90. It was higher. It settled on a 90, which is
It's
fine.
settled.
Which is fine, which gives me 20 points. Like, even I'm shocked. Like, I know I picked it, like, for my team, and I was saying, like, it's going to be really good. I mean, we did a podcast after it came out where we were talking about the open critic was like a 93 at that point. And I was shocked. That came for a few, like, as highly as it did. It's a really, really, really good fucking game, though. Like, I love playing all of the weird dreams that I found. Like, the community is so creative at, like, just, like, making really cool stuff. I'm really happy. And I'm really happy that it got me a bunch of points. As you might expect. Right. Let's go back through. We'll talk about the games that people have picked up. So, throughout the year, we only filled out half our team at the beginning of the year. And throughout the year, we have a certain amount of money that we can use to bid on games and add them to our teams. So we can fill out the roster. Because eventually, I think we're going to have 16 games as opposed to the 8 that we started off with. So we'll circle back around to the Smeghead, Mr. Moody. One of the games that you picked up, was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, which came out today. And the second game was Trials of Mana.
Right.
I just wanted to change it up a bit. I was thinking it's a Pokemon game. Pokemon's are getting a lot of love of late. Yeah, might do all right. Yeah. It's not minus, so that's all right now for me. And Trials of Mana, I think it's going to be, even though I think it's going to be murdered by Final Fantasy VII because they could both come out the same month. I
yeah.
think Trials of Mana is still going to get some good reviews. So I think
Yeah.
it's going to do good. I think Trials of Mana, I think it's going to be somewhere between in the 80s for me personally.
Potentially. It looks really cool. I've had my eye on it since they announced it at E3.
I've got it down to rent from Boomerang, so I'm going to be trying it.
Like, I'm looking forward to playing it. I don't know how much of it I'll be able to play because, like you say, it's like Final Fantasy and Trials of Mana, and I've just played the demo of Final Fantasy. I'm like, I'm so in for this. But no, it's like it doesn't matter how well it sells for the Fantasy Critic League. It just matters how well it reviews, and people are still going to review it regardless of how many people actually buy it. Let's go down to CNC. Forever, you picked up one game. Lego
Indeed.
Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Safe bet.
Yeah. Kicked myself a little bit there. I didn't think to pick this up myself.
I'm sure I put a bid on for Trials of Mana as well, but I must have been beaten on that.
I was wondering if anyone outbid anyone.
I'm almost like because I'm sure I only got one, and I'm sure I put a bid on for two.
It happens.
Well, I completely forgot about the Lego game.
I'd
It's
say
like everyone loves Lego, so
Yeah.
Lego games in general. It's just like, meh, let's do it.
it looks cool. Like we watched it at E3, me and Keith, and we both sat there and we were like, "Damn, that looks really good for a Lego game." Like they've improved like the graphics engine and stuff. I mean, it's the
Nice.
entire like 9-part Star Wars saga. So play the first 8, stop there, you'll be good. Moving on. Female vocalist Strock. Keith, you picked up Elden Ring in the bidding process.
Yeah.
How confident are you that's coming out in 2020?
I didn't think that's the one I'd gone for, to be honest. So I was surprised when I saw it on my list.
I was surprised when I saw interesting flags.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what games did you think you went for?
I can't. It was a couple of weeks back now. I thought I'd gone for a Japanese game, maybe Yakuza, but can't remember. I had a bit on when I was doing that, and I did it late one night.
Someone got Yakuza.
Someone
Yeah.
got Yakuza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was drunk. I did it. It's like one of those things I regret in the morning. Like, hey, if it comes out, Sekiro was Game Awards Game of the Year last year, so that could be a really, really good pickup. But I would suggest maybe next time we do a bidding session, just pay a little bit more attention. Lastly, Sea of Thieves was good. Actually, I picked up 2 games. Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is Yakuza 7. Both of those were spurred on by the fact that, the demo came out for Persona 5 Scramble in Japan, and a couple of people I follow downloaded it, played it, and the general consensus was this is basically a sequel to Persona 5, like in terms of gameplay. But they didn't understand what was going on because it was in Japanese, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. And Yakuza 7, like Yakuza games, review well, generally.
Yeah, they do.
When we were doing the drafting, I was going to pick it as my last game until I realized Half-Life was still there. And I went for Half-Life instead. So, Yakuza was always a game I was going to try and bid on. And you know me, I can't resist the good Japanese games. I like Japanese games. I let my weeb take over when I was bidding on stuff. Excuse me. So, let's take a look at the upcoming games. So, between this episode and the next update episode, which we'll be doing in about mid-April, because there's kind of a gap. There's a big block of games coming out, then there's a gap, and there's a few more big games coming out. We'll try and slot an episode in between those 2 blocks. Let's talk about the games that are coming out. I'm going to quickly switch
Ghost of Tsushima.
on the way.
Ghost of Tsushima.
So we're back on. You can see the list of upcoming games which I've focused on here. So the first one is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. That comes out on the 6th of March. We already know much about it. We already know.
It's going to go from 70 to 90 easy.
Easy. Nintendo bump, right?
Easy. Yeah, Nintendo bump. Like Fergie time on football. Fergie time. Nintendo wrote reviews.
Sure, yeah. Does anyone else know what that is?
I heard sports. Just gave me heard sports. I said, what was this?
And after that, Ori and the Will of the Wisps comes out on March 11th. Female
Everyone's
vocalist.
raving with what they've played of that.
That sounds really good. I was reading the previews.
They're saying a AAA indie game.
Yeah.
I think who has that one? Because again,
Female vocalist rock.
I think you're gonna get a couple of your points back.
Yeah. I think you'll be.
I think you're gonna be. I think it could be 90.
This is coming out on this episode's coming out on the Friday. By Tuesday, you're going to be back in the positive. Easy. After that, Neo 2 on the 14th of March, which goes to the Smeghead.
Yeah, this is where I'm hoping to get a good chunk of points here.
I played the trial. I think it's probably just more Neo more than anything else. Like, it might be a bit more difficult, which for me was a bit of an issue, but I know what people in general who review games are like. Like, the people who love the challenging games will probably really dig it. Plus, I don't know where I was in the game. Like, I could have been at, like, the mid-game for all I know. I just remember getting to a boss and being like, oh, this is tough.
This is
Oh, God.
really hard.
I'm,
I don't know.
Tutorial boss. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
dying in 5 seconds. Oh, my God.
It's not meant to be like this.
If anybody else is getting that game and wants to help me with co-op, like, please, God, help me.
I had a PlayStation, which I might get in time. Not sure. I will help you.
Just keep chipping away, telling you how good Dreams is.
Oh. If people have laughed at us two on Apex, they'll laugh at us playing Neo.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yes. Next up on the 20th of March, we have Doom Eternal, which is female vocalist rock. The fact is that your Brandon from female vocalist rock.
Yeah.
Love it. Love the fact
Oh,
you've
but
got
for
Brandon.
Doom, it's on brand.
Doom and it's 2. It's double.
Keith's gonna get a big chunk of points out of the next couple of weeks here.
Yeah, man.
The thing is, that's like they're the big games on my list. Like, Doom's like the only real AAA game. Apart from Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah.
Apart from Watch Dogs and Gods and Monsters, and you've got a few AAA games on your list.
I didn't know Gods and Monsters would count as a AAA game.
We'll chat about it in a minute, but
It's from
yes,
Ubisoft,
it's
so
from
I guess so.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
But it's being made by the guys who made Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So yeah, it's a bit AAA. But you're definitely going to get your points back. Also on March 20th, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I was very upset when the Smeghead got this ahead of me.
Yeah, that's easy 100.
Jesus.
Nintendo points, man. Nintendo review points. Yeah, especially with how everyone overall, apart from the the sharing of data or something, overall been really happy. Everyone's buzzing about with the direct that they had for it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be. I think me and Keith are gonna be chunking back up a couple of points in this month.
I'm just gonna start dropping. by the end of March, I'm just gonna just like be third easy. I'm just gonna have dropped completely. However,
but then that's me done until May.
Until May, yeah. Well, we'll talk about what you've got coming out in May.
Nothing coming out in May. Nothing of interest.
Nothing big's coming out in May. After that, on March 23rd, you got Half-Life Alyx. This was picked by me. Sea of Thieves was good actually. Counterpicked by CNC Forever. I'm still feeling pretty confident that this is going to be the killer app for VR. There were people like talking about they released like the first 10 minutes of gameplay footage for it. It looks really good. Like I'm so happy I made the switch from PSVR to like PC VR, so I can actually just be like, yeah, just get it. I'm ready. My body is ready for Half-Life. If a head crab falls on me while I'm playing that in VR, though, not gonna have a VR headset anymore.
You can wear head crab now in Death Stranding. When it comes to PC.
Don't like head crabs. Head crabs scary. On the 31st of March, I also have Persona 5 Royal, which is getting a lot of positive buzz at the moment. It's the re-release / remaster / Game of the Year edition of Persona 5 with a bunch of extra content and a new character. It's kind of a no-brainer for when I realized that I could pick it. On March 31st, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord comes out. Your first game will be coming out. CNC Forever.
Yep. Finally get some points.
Something on the board. Hopefully positive ones.
Hopefully not negative, yeah.
Will he lose or will he gain?
Sorry, I got Final Fantasy coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no one's talking about that one.
Nah, it's just gonna
No,
fade
no,
into
no,
obscurity.
it's just been mentioned once already in this podcast. It's cool.
I thought we talked
Yeah.
about 9.
On April 3rd, Resident Evil 3 comes out. This was picked by Sea of Thieves. It was good, actually, because of course I was going to pick a friggin' Resident Evil game. We've seen it. Like,
Looks
Nemesis.
beautiful. It looks so good.
Holy God. Nemesis. So, Resident Evil 2, very scary game. Mr. X is chasing you around. But he just walks. He just does... Loaded up the gameplay for Resident Evil 3 when the preview embargo dropped. And, like, Nemesis runs. Nemesis
And
runs towards you.
Jumps,
Doesn't just
jumps,
run.
don't forget jump.
He long jumps in front of you so you can't escape.
I don't know if I want to play this game anymore. Like,
I do.
that's so scary.
I'm like, yeah, kid.
I've-
I'm like, feed me more.
I was like, I'll stream it like I stream Resident Evil 2. And now I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to play this. I don't know if I want to cry on Twitch while Nemesis is like running full pelt towards me with a fucking flamethrower on his arm. Exactly. Plus, there's the multiplayer mode as well, which is weird.
Yeah, it's
That's going to be intriguing. That could knock it down on points. That
That's what I
one,
was
won't lie.
thinking. I was a bit worried about that.
It's basically like the whole evolved or whatever thing. Again, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah, but I'm hoping
It looks better done, but
I'm hoping that however the multiplayer turns out, that like most people will just focus their reviews on the single player, which, you know, if it's anything to go by, last year's game will be solid as a rock. It was the best review game on OpenCritic last year, so
It was the best
um,
game last year.
almost. So lastly on April 10th, fight Moody. On April 10th, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake. This was picked by C and C Forever. Literally played it this morning. Like 50-minute demo. My God.
Is it special? Is it?
I mean, I've played it twice now because like that was an extended version of the demo I played at EGX last year. Oh my God, it's so good.
So, are we on course for a triple threat battle royale for later on the year between Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us Part 2, and Cyberpunk?
I think we might be on for
If
even
those
more.
two come out with a high score.
depends, because I think it depends when the next part of Final Fantasy VII comes out. Because if they've got to wait a year, I can see a lot of people being.
I can see a lot of people being pissed. I don't think it's going to affect the reviews at all. It might affect its Game of the Year standing because obviously
That's what I
at
was
the end of the year. But I don't think it's going to be triple threat. I think it could be more than triple threat. I think you've got the potential for Breath of the Wild 2 to come out, which you'd add to
Of
the
course,
pile.
you were going to throw that little of it into it.
You got Doom
nugget.
Eternal, which I think people are sleeping on a bit.
I really think if like I can just hold up my hand and just leave these conversations if Breath of the Wild comes out this year, because there's no way I can claw back those points.
We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, you got Doom Eternal. I think people are sleeping on a bit. I think Ori and the Will of the Wisps could blow people away, like legitimately blow people away when it comes out.
I don't think so.
Like you've got a few games that I think could be in the mix where it's like this could be like a really difficult year to be like this was Game of the Year. Like Halo Infinite's been in development for 5 years.
Well, like what Keith brought up though about the when the next part is coming for Final Fantasy, people don't even know this is not the full game.
I know.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
If you're in the space that we're all in, we know. But other people, normal, they don't know normal.
There's
The
stuff
general
that we didn't know prior. It's like what last week we found out you can't play as Red 13 in the first game.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
just the first part.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense because you find him, but he just I'm sure he just tags along.
You could play him as soon as you find them, like in the first bit, but it's like
Joined you
It's
for
only
the
worth
boss
like-
fight. You
Yeah.
ended up in prison, yeah, and then you joined the party.
yeah. But yeah, he's not playable in the first bit. I was thinking like, is this only like an hour, like or like 10, 15 minutes? Because I don't exactly know whether.
Well, it depends where because they said they've expanded it. Like
Yeah.
the game, it depends where they've expanded it. Because if they've chunked out the middle of the game,
Yeah.
then yeah, it would just be like an hour at the end, or maybe two, because the boss fights are a lot longer in remake. Like the God Scorpion legit was like a 10-15 minute boss fight.
Either way,
looks
part
so
2 is
amazing.
not going to be for at least 2 or 3 years, I don't think.
Probably.
We'll see. We'll see.
I might not pick it up when initially comes out because I might need to buy myself for like a 4K TV and.
Oh, you don't need that.
Like I'm legit. Like I've seen a couple where it's like I want to. I've got an Xbox One X 4K. I'll have a PS5 by
You
the
don't
end
need
of the
it.
year. I always need it. Let's go through the
No,
team
you
list. I've just realised I left that window open and no one could see our faces for that entire thing. Hello. It's fine. People are listening. We're all good. No one did anything
Cool.
funny. It's the content of our speech that matters, not what we look like. If it was what we looked like, we'd never get any views. Or am I just talking about? I'm just talking about myself there. Okay, so full teams. The Smeghead, Mr. Moody, give me a full team list.
Full team list right now is The Last of Us Part 2, Halo Infinite. Why did I say Infinity? Infinite. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Neo 2, Dying Light 2, Marvel's Avengers, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Assassin's Creed 2020, Trials of Mana, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Rescue Team DX, which will jump to 90 by tomorrow.
Sure, yeah. Cool. By mid-April, it'll be 90. Be 91. Has to be better than Dreams, right?
Oh crap! I just realized that means you would have won. That means you'll win. No, stay at 70.
Obviously, looking at that list, Avengers got delayed till September. That game will definitely come out before the next generation consoles.
Bloody hope so. Dying Light's the one I'm worried about.
Delayed indefinitely.
Ooh.
No, hopefully when it comes to E3, if E3 happens,
We'll
or
talk
whenever
about that on next
Microsoft,
week's
Yeah.
podcast this
Yeah.
Monday, youtube.com/Words About Games UK.
that we might hear something, but yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think that game is gonna be 2021 now. I think they pushed it to January.
They might have even, it depends. It depends what the issue is, because this game was supposed to come out in 2019, early 2019. I think.
It didn't have. It was. It had. It just said early 2020. I
Right,
believe.
I might be misremembering.
It never had a month date, I don't think.
Yeah.
And then obviously when it was getting close to the first,
Well, I mean, we're nearly at the end of early 2020
Yeah, so-
at this point.
better change it, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to change it. So,
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's a good
it's it'd be unfortunate. I'm looking forward to that game. Assassin's Creed 2020, unannounced in brackets. Still think that's a safe bet
No,
to be out by the end of the year.
no. But I'm risking it for a chocolate biscuit, so why the hell not?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know all about risking it for a chocolate biscuit in these here fantasy gaming leagues. CNC Forever, Russ, give me a list.
Yay. So, starting at the top, Kerbal Space Program 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Tunic, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, Battletoads, Oddworld, Soulstorm, Destroy All Humans, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga.
Yes, the thing you were talking about before was it Take-Two?
Yeah.
Talking about
It
Kerbal
was-
Space Program coming out in
Yeah.
their fiscal year. Ends in March
Mm.
2021.
Yes, it's not looking as likely to be in March now. But I'm still
No, it won't be
hopeful.
March.
You know, no, it won't be March. It'd be out. It would
It starts
have
in
a
April,
date
so-
and all the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there'd be a date by now. Yeah, it's just gonna be later out this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope it's not next year.
Mm.
Because that's a possibility. But at least it's coming. I got that much. You know, it's better than Dying Light. You know, like
Nah,
Who
it's
knows?
not delayed indefinitely.
It's not delayed indefinitely, so yeah, you could.
No. it just-
The other one I
that-
think we've seen new stuff for today, as we
Mhm.
record this, Ghost of Tsushima. Has anyone watched that trailer yet?
No.
I've seen that there is a new trailer that came out today, but I haven't watched it because it's not a game I was going to pick up.
It's pretty cool.
I'm still praying to the gods right now, so I don't need to see it.
Just keep my fingers crossed. You know that it stays cool.
June 26th, 2020. Was it 26th? Yeah. They announced the release date for the end of June.
That's
It
good.
looks
Come on,
really
PlayStation
good.
5 game.
Because it says summer on 2020 on here still.
Literally, the
yeah.
trailer dropped like a few hours ago, so I don't think
Ah,
he's
cool.
updated the website yet. But
It's interesting that PlayStation dropped 2 pieces of news today.
we had that as we approach GDC. It's almost like, or when GDC was supposed to be. Like maybe they had some stuff to drop for GDC.
Maybe.
Still no Silent Hill though.
Well, I think their announcement has been out, so I don't think Silent Hill's happening.
We'll see. Female vocalist rock. Keith, give me a full list.
Doom Eternal, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Warcraft 3 Reforged, Watchdog Legion, Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Empire of Sin, Gods and Monsters, and Elden Ring.
Cool. It's been a little bit of movement on a few of your games actually now that I look at your list. So Little Hope, they confirmed that was coming out this summer. There was a trailer, a weird trailer Supermassive put out where it was a compilation of Twitch streamer reactions to the last game and then a trailer at the end, which I think was the same trailer as the one that was at the end of the game. We didn't
And
make the cut
Ubisoft
on the streamer reactions.
And Ubisoft have come out and said they get 5 games coming out by
By the end of 2021.
physical cut next year and a financial cut next year. No.
There's 3. They said there was 3 games coming out by the end of this year, by the end of 2020,
Yeah.
and we know that like of the 3, we know that one of the 3, we know that one of Watch Dogs Legions, Gods and Monsters, and Rainbow Six Quarantine isn't coming out this year, but we don't know which one it is yet.
I think it's going to be Gods and Monsters. I think that'll be pushed till 2021.
I'm sticking with Rainbow Six. I said it in the podcast. We talked about it. I'm not confident at all. Mostly, I just don't want Keith to suffer anymore. Hasn't he suffered enough?
Yeah, because of what I lose like.
Well,
what,
I might have
50
2
points if
games
it
that might
doesn't
not come out this year.
0.
So.
They just get a 0 if it doesn't come out. That's everything. Empire of Sin was delayed. It was supposed to be out around now. That's coming out in the summer as well. So no big delay. I'll move on to mine. Sea of Thieves was good, actually. I have Cyberpunk 2077, Resident Evil 3, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Persona 5 Royal, Spiritfarer, Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Persona 5 Scramble, The Phantom Strikers, Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed until September. That was cool. The headline that I saw when that happened didn't say it was delayed in September. It just said delayed. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's the reaction.
Yeah, pretty much was just like open phone, like as I'm waking up sleepily, and just be like, oh god, I thought I was screwed. We're still waiting on that next Nintendo Direct. Where will be the next possible place we get Breath of the Wild 2 news.
E3.
And apart from that, I realized I played, like, as far as release, apart from Breath of the Wild, I realized that I played quite conservatively with release dates because, like, everything I drafted more or less had a fairly solid sort of release date. So nothing's moved about yet. So that's it for this one. The next update will be longer. There will be many review scores to discuss. Hopefully nothing as surprising as Warcraft 3. Because looking at those games lists, I'm actually excited for all of those games, and if one of them sucked, I would be devastated. So we'll probably do a couple more bidding sessions between now and the next update video. I'll let you all know when that's happening, so no one gets caught out. Probably the next one will probably be whenever, if Nintendo does a direct before E3. I was anticipating one in February, so we're a little late at this point. But that's cool. We'll see you all in like April, in like a month and a bit. Say bye, everybody.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.